Hello everyone! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Research Ready and Student Matters Hub by Doc Lin. Another lesson video will be discussed, and this is all about also one of the methodologies or design in quantitative approach of research. So we have discussed about descriptive survey. We are also done with descriptive correlational, descriptive causal comparative. This time, what are we going to discuss is descriptive evaluative research. Ang descriptive evaluative ay isang methodological approach sa quantitative research kung saan gusto natin gamitin ito kapag ang ating pag-aaral ay ina-assess or ini-evaluate ang mga program, its effectiveness, yung product, policy efficiency, projects, or the like. No, this is all about descriptive research na nagigain siya or ni-establish na yung phenomena of a certain situation, particularly yung effectiveness ng mga nabanggit ko kanina. So, ano nga ba ang descriptive evaluative and what makes it different dun sa ating ibang research design sa ating quantitative research? Pagkatapos siguro ng lesson video na ito at napanood nyo na rin yung mga lesson video natin sa mga descriptive research design ng quantitative, magkakaroon na kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung gagamitin yung research design. Kasi commonly, ito yung isa sa mga nagiging problema ng mga researchers na nakapag-establish sila ng research questions, nakapag-conduct sila ng study, pero ang design na ginamit nila ay hindi tama or tumutugma dun sa kanilang research questions at dun sa general objectives ng kanilang study. So after nyo mapanood ito, malalaman nyo kung ito ba yung tamang research design sa inyong research questions or sa general objective ng study nyo. So didiscuss ko dito yung definition, ganun din kung paano gamitin ang descriptive evaluative at magbibigay din tayo syempre ng examples para mas madali nyong maintindihan. Define muna natin ang descriptive evaluative. Ang descriptive evaluative is a research approach involves systematically collecting and analyzing data to describe how well a program or intervention is functioning and assess its effectiveness or quality. It provides detailed descriptions and evaluations based on predefined criteria or benchmarks. So it's very clear na kung gagamit tayo ng descriptive evaluative, meron tayong ini-evaluate. No, programa, practices, policies, product, or any other scenario or situations na tinitignan natin, particularly yung kanyang effectiveness or yung kanyang implementation. At sinasabi din dito na nagsiset tayo ng criteria or benchmarks para ma-assess natin or ma-evaluate, ma-evaluate natin yung ating program or any other reasons kung bakit natin ito ginagawa. At yung ating mga benchmark statements or criteria ay nababase dito sa ating inaaral. So kung iyon ang purpose ng inyong study, ang gagamitin nyo ay descriptive evaluative. So i-discuss pa natin kung ano nga ba yung dapat nating tandaan para makategorize natin ang ating research as descriptive evaluative. Kailan ginagamit ang descriptive evaluative research? 1. Assessing program effectiveness. Kung kailangan mong evaluate ang effectiveness ng isang program o kaya intervention para ma-achieve niya yung kanyang objectives. Napakahalaga din ito para maintindihan kung papaano ang isang programa ay namimit na yung goals niya and how it is perceived by the stakeholders. Number 2, program improvement. When aiming to identify areas for improvement dun sa mga program, sa policy, sa product, or anything. Kasi nakakapag-provide siya ng actionable feedback for program enhancement. Nakakatulong siya para maintindihan yung strengths, tsaka yung weaknesses ng implementation ng program. Pangatlo, accountability. When there is a need to provide evidence of program's performance. Sa taong gumagamit nito, sa mga stakeholders, sa funders, or sa decision makers. Importante ito para ma-report yung outcomes ng program or kung ano pa man at ma-justify yung continued support for funding. Lastly is benchmarking. Kung gusto nating i-compare yung performance ng program or practice against established standards or benchmark. It helps in assessing kung papaano yung program na a-align siya sa best practices o kaya sa industry standards. Let's give an examples of descriptive evaluative research. Example, your study is all about evaluating a school literacy program. Your objective is to assess the effectiveness of a new literacy program implemented in elementary schools. So, pagdating sa description ng study mo, yung program mo, syempre, ay yung new literacy program aimed at improving reading skills among elementary students. Ang criteria mo sa evaluation ay yung kanilang reading test scores, teacher feedback, student engagement, and program implementation fidelity. Sa data collection mo naman, you collect data through standardized reading tests, teacher surveys, student focus groups, or even program logs. Siyempre, lalabas sa analysis mo yung improvement in reading scores, reviewing qualitative feedback from teachers and students, and evaluate how closely the program was implemented according to plan. So, yun yung po pwedeng maging flow ng study mo kung aalamin mo yung effectiveness ng new literacy program implemented sa elementary schools. Another example is evaluating the impact of a community health initiative. So, ang objective mo ay gusto mong malaman yung impact ng community health initiative na ma-increase yung vaccination rates. Siyempre, ang initiative, meron dapat community vaccination drive, yung community na yon. Ang evaluation criteria mo po pwedeng yung vaccination rate before and after the initiative, yung participant feedback, at saka yung community outreach effectiveness. Pwede kang mag-collect ng data from local health records, pwede ka rin mag-survey sa participants tungkol sa kanilang experiences, at pwede mo rin i-review yung outreach materials and strategies. Part ng analysis mo after mo makonduct yung study is i-compare mo yung vaccination rate pre- and post-initiatives. I-analyze mo yung satisfaction ng participants at saka evaluate mo din yung effectiveness ng outreach efforts. So, titignan mo lahat yung pwede mong gamiting data para ma-evaluate mo yung program. Ang pangatlo naman is assessing employee training program. So, ang objective mo dito ay evaluate mo yung effectiveness ng new employee training program para ma-improve yung job performance. So, ang iyong program ay yung paggamit ng new training modules para ma-improve yung employee skills and performance. Ang criteria mo ay yung pre- at saka post-training performance matrix. Pwede rin mangyari yung employee feedback o kaya naman trainer assessments. Ang data collection mo is yung performance nila before and after the training. Yung conduct ng employee surveys para malaman yung kanilang satisfaction, tsaka i-collect mo din yung trainer feedback dun sa program delivery. Pwedeng maging part ng analysis mo yung changes ng performance matrix nila. Yung review ng employee at saka trainer feedback at saka yung overall program effectiveness. In summary, ang descriptive evaluative research ay very effective na approach to para i-assess yung performance, yung effectiveness, yung quality ng programs, intervention o kaya particular product. Kino-combine nito yung descriptive and evaluative elements para makapag-provide siya ng detailed account na malaman kung ang isang bagay ba o isang programa ay nagpa-function at nag-o-offer siya ng insights for further improvement. So kung nandito kayo at napanood nyo ito, ibig sabihin natapos nyo yung lesson video natin tungkol sa descriptive evaluative. I hope na natutunan nyo siya at ngayon alam nyo na yung difference niya sa descriptive survey, correlational, causal, comparative. At ito naman yung evaluative. So ma-identify nyo na kung anong research design na gagamitin nyo sa inyong quantitative research. Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. For those who are new in our channel, welcome. You can stay wherever you want, whenever you want, no? At panoorin yung ating mga lesson videos na nakalagay dito. At para sa lahat, again, I will appreciate it very much if you're going to share this channel with others para maraming matulungan ang ating YouTube channel at mas marami pang makatapos ng kanilang research projects. God bless everyone for always supporting our channel. Please always remember, we unlock insights to empower your minds. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you on our next lesson video. Bye-bye, everyone, and God bless.